Hey guys, good afternoon again from London. Still a beautiful sunny afternoon. I won't lie, something about the sun just makes you feel so relaxed and happy to be out in the world. It just feels good to be outside, feeling the sun on your skin, the sun in your hair. Beautiful. I came in hot, but I think the sun has calmed me a bit, but it doesn't stop us from doing our expose in this highly unserious woman. So I'm going to use my X account because it's easier compiling all the different posts together. As mentioned, I'm not doing this the way a lot of YouTubers are doing, where they cut in and out of videos. We are reading directly from source, and the reason I like it that way is I feel it feels a bit authentic. We are responding because of how fast paced this news is coming, and because I'm also working full time. We don't necessarily have a lot of time to cut, direct, dissect, make a sexy glossy video. Maybe if this was my full-time job, who knows, if you guys grow my community to the point where I can quit my current job and invest more time in this, let's see. But for now, let's talk about this clown, Sophie Chandauka. For those of you that may not let me just give you where we are as at this moment. Before this video, the only information we had at that point was the whole thing is sketchy. She's made a lot of claims that are suspicious, not just about the way things went down with Santebele, but about her own professional experience. And we're going to deep dive into that with as much information as we could find on X. Now, you will see that I am quoting a number of tweets here. I am going to link to the tweets and give these people their dues. Please follow them. Like I said, guys, it's all nice and good to get feedback from here, but it's really up to you to make up your own mind. We're not here to raise sheep. Everything we tell you is based off what I found. If you feel like, okay, you want to counter anything I've said, feel free to do so. But the reason why I'm very keen that we make this as publicly open to everyone as possible is this is information. We live in a time, day and age, where information is available. You don't have to follow what somebody tells you. You are free to make up your own mind. And you will see, as I mentioned yesterday, through the whole Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni fiasco, the people on the internet were able to detect things that even, like, with a lawyer, yes, you will hire paralegals, but even if you have 20 paralegals, you can't compare 20 paralegals to millions of people, thousands of people, if you want to be humble, looking into an issue, checking all the nooks and crannies. All the things we're finding about Sophie Chandauka is thanks to the sleuthing and very dedicated work of people on the internet. So it would be unfair of me to take these things that they found and not give them their credit, and this is why I'm doing it this way. So yeah, I'll put all the links that I'm using. Please feel free, and if you see anything too, guys, please share. So let's start with this video clip.
The Netflix brand even had a chance to celebrate the wedding in Africa. We have an opportunity to just meet the kids, and so a lot of us are really looking forward to the opportunity to do so when the time comes.
We have Netflix here filming the match. How exciting is that for the charity?
It's a great platform and profile. The Netflix brand is globally recognized, and any opportunity to tell the story of Sid Valley in the context of a global brand such as Netflix is obviously exciting for us.
So you see the problem right there, guys. Did she not come on Trevor Phillips' show and say that the Netflix Harry lost them a discounted venue because he wanted to film his Polo series? And she made it sound like the Netflix, I wouldn't say the Netflix being involved in the project was a disruption, was commercializing the charity. Is it not just? Let me repeat it again for her. For those of you. Oh, for those of you who
celebrate the wedding in Africa. We have an opportunity to just meet the kids, and so a lot of us are really looking forward to the opportunity to do so when the time comes.
We have Netflix here filming the match. How exciting is that for the charity?
It's a great platform and profile. The Netflix brand is globally recognized, and any opportunity to tell the story of Sid Valley in the context of a global brand such as Netflix is obviously exciting for us.
You see? With our own mouth. This is one of the reasons why I like showing things directly from if not directly from the source, but directly from where I got it from, so that you can again make up your own mind. So it doesn't seem like, oh, because we are Sussex fans, we are trying to, twist the story around. No be she we talk am. She talk am. All of you heard it. That the Netflix brand was a blessing. And any reasonable person who is trying to raise funds for a brand would want Netflix. I've said something like this on in one of my videos. For all the hoo-hooing and ha-haing that Harry and Meghan are commercializing the monarchy, as if the king, his nieces and nephews, the queen's grandchildren are not actually commercializing their relationship with the royal family. That's neither here nor there. Let's pack that hypocrisy. But think about the platform. Netflix is an international brand. For those of you who may not, who are living under a rock and don't know, I can't think of a media company, maybe besides YouTube, that has the international reach that Netflix has. And with that opportunity to show the Centibelli charity on a global scale, this woman still could not find sponsors. Yesterday, I posted that Sophie is not good at her job. Somebody was saying that it was Harry's toxic personality that made it difficult. Oh, really? Anyway, this video contradicts her point about the irritation she felt when Netflix came to film parts or some of the events. She is a deeply unserious person. Let's go to the next one. Now, this user, Sarah, makes a very good point here. I noticed this a few days ago, but I was looking for the old copies, so I'm glad that she's captured it here. This is Chandauka's Wiki. Let's read it very quickly. Since qualification, Chandauka has worked on a number of high-profile transactions, including the attempted hostile takeover of London Stock Exchange Group by Macquarie Group, the acquisition of Body Shop by L'Oreal, Nike Inc.'s acquisition of Umbro, the initial public offering of Ferro Expo as the first Ukrainian company to be listed on London Stock Exchange. And note their references. So I was going to check what the references were, but I'll tell you why I couldn't. In 2007, Chandauka was shortlisted as a finalist for British Legal Awards Young Solicitor of the Year. In 2008, she was shortlisted as a finalist for the Lawyer Awards Assistant Solicitor of the Year. Also in that year, Chandauka was selected as one of Management Today's 35 Women Under 35 Business Women to Watch, and featured on the cover of the July 2008 issue of the magazine. There's no need reading all that. Now, quite impressive, right? Look at this. Do you recall what I just read now? Why is it removed? What happened to the high-profile transactions, Sophie? The attempted London Stock Exchange Group by Macquarie Group, the acquisition of Body Shop L'Oreal, Nike's acquisition of Umbro, the initial IPO of Ferro Expo, the first Ukrainian company to be listed on London Stock Exchange. What happened to these achievements, Sophie? Why did you remove them? Is it because you had nothing to do with them? Is it because if people started calling these companies and asking, oh, hi, Sophie listed this stuff on her wiki, implying that she worked on these high-profile cases? Can you please confirm to what extent she was involved? Why did you remove it, Sophie? Is this the attack that you are referring to, the Sussex machine? No, they're questioning you. You're the one that decided to bring your business publicly. So now we're asking the question, what happened to all these transactions? Thank you. So, guys, see? Evidence. We're not making it up. This post in particular also is quite interesting. I'm not going to play the video again, but let's look at this. Except from Nina. Here is what Sophie. Aha. So this is her. I think I don't have a direct quote of this, but I am looking for it. This is what Sophie said about Harry and Meghan. Prince Harry feels safe and secure in Africa and has associated with it since childhood. He has love, trust, and passion for Africa. He is energetic and hardworking. He's energetic and hardworking, as well as being blessed with a wife like Meghan, who makes it possible for him to do this. Chandauka adds, he is principled and really cares. For these reasons, I want to continue to support him. I think this was in response to maybe I believe, I could be wrong. Again, I was looking for the source. If you guys know what the source is, please let me know. I was thinking it was in response to the backlash, for whatever reason, about Meghan attending Centebelli Polo events. Meghan is his wife. But let's not get distracted. But I think that was when the British media started making noise because Meghan dared to attend her husband's polo events, something that she's done in the past. So that's this one. And yeah, let me look at this one. So I want to play, for those of you who haven't seen the video, there was quite a lot of negativity last year when this polo event happened, that Meghan was trying to push Sophie out of the way.
Trophy. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone who has been a part, and played such a big part in making today happen. Thank you very much, Andrew Tucker. Such a great day here at Grand Champions Polo Club. Again, a big thank you to all those who provided horses, to the entire crew. I leave you with these pictures. I wish you
I watched the video last year. I watched this year. I'm still not seeing the problem. Everybody was she was trying to stand next to Harry for some reason. Even though the way the picture was being arranged, she shouldn't. It would have been impossible to take a good picture. Now let me give her the benefit of the doubt. She is the chair of Centebelli, so of course she wanted to be next to Harry because again that proximity to Harry. And I want to quickly say something. Yeah, there's this nonsense going on online that did she have a crush on Harry? No, guys. This woman deserves to get dragged for a lot of things, but let's not do that. Every time a woman has an issue with a man, it's not because she has an unrequited crush or he rejected her. It might just be that person is trash, right? I don't like this narrative. I see it a lot. I don't know. It sounds very misogynistic to me and childish and silly, like, pulling your pigtails. Telling young girls that if a boy pulls your pigtails, even though it is violent and uncomfortable for the girl, he likes you. No, it's violence. Let's stop calling things that are not what they are something else, please. She just wanted to get in the limelight and stand next to Harry because the proximity to Harry is good for her image. Also, she is the chair of the charity, so she was trying to assert herself as, look, I organized this. And it's very well. And I have to say, I'll give her this one. I don't see the big deal. Right, we know that Meghan and Harry are married, and of course the money shot is Harry and Meghan, and she probably was thinking that if I don't put myself here, I will be, the story of me being involved in this charity will be lost in all the media. Do I like the way she approached it in this situation? No, which is why Meghan was like, would you mind standing here? I'm not standing beside my husband. Come and stand here. Nothing wrong with that, because to me she was messing up the shot. But I guess what I'm just trying to say is the reasoning behind it. Let's not turn it into something that it's not, please. Let's not be immature in our coverage of this. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Let me know. So that's this. Then let's see. I think I got some more here. I'm into tech, so that's why you see a lot of tech in my Twitter. Yes. This is very interesting. Like I said, everybody that I am making a reference to here, please follow them. Please I'll put as many of their links as possible. I can't put this lady's link on TikTok, but I really want you, but please take note of her username and follow her.
About Brother Derek. So they always tell you
follow the money when it comes to scandals. So let's scroll here. This is a business called Nandi Life Sciences, which is supposed to have been started by one Miss Sophie Chandauka. I hope I said her name right, and her brother Tinashe Chandauka. So these two right here are siblings. I don't know the pecking order, but something interesting about Brother Darius here. Now, Brother here has a CV too, where he is listed as from 2023 to 2024 being one of the consultants at Bali. And just like dear sister here, he loves name dropping Prince Harry. He doesn't even mention Prince Cieso when he mentions that he works for the founding charity, the charity founded by Prince Harry. And then it gets even more interesting. This woman right here, lovely, isn't she? This is Sarah. Sarah also is on this team, but Sarah was also hired as a consultant for, you guessed it, Bali. Now, I'm going to say something wildly unpopular. I, for the life of me, cannot figure out, and I don't know who these people are. They're just here. The unpopular situation is that a lot of you don't believe that this woman is dumb. I think she's a very stupid woman. Not this woman right here. I think she's a moron. And I think she's a moron because you mean to tell me that you hired these two people for $600,000 for consultation. Unless there's more people involved, I don't know. No other names were involved, but it seems like these two were the main ones who are listing on their CVs that they were consultants for Bali. And it just so happens that this magical $300K that was floating around that Sophie claims that she was allotted or she deserved, if you break that up in two, you get that magic salary number. I just want to let people know that typically consultants don't make this type of money. They can make anywhere between $50,000 to $100,000 because, as we know, when it comes to charity fundraising, it's all type of different layers to that. But this woman, when she gets exposed, she's in trouble because she did something with this money that I don't even think is legal. Like, I don't know if this is legal. I don't know. And it just so happens they work for your Nandi Sciences. You know what I think? I think she wanted Bali to fund her shit, and she was bleeding that charity to feed into this. Shame on her, and if I'm wrong, I will eat crow. But something's funky here. What do you guys think?
So this is my thinking on this, and this is a very interesting observation. If you recall, when we were going through Sophie Chandauka's review on Saturday, I mentioned that she gave, was it between 500 600,000 to a consultancy company called Lebec or something like that. Now, what I didn't know, why I thought this video was interesting, was I had no idea that her brother and this other lady were involved. Now, I don't know if they are the ones, I don't think they were the ones that got the consultancy money, but it's very possible, to this lady's point, that the money she was asking for from Bali may be to feed this Nandi Sciences. And then that drives another question from me. Sophie, where are the records that confirms that you made a $50 million seed fund for your Nandi Sciences Delaware-based business? Honestly, that will solve this problem quickly, because I find it hard to believe that she was able to raise 50 million seed funding. Why does she need to get 300,000 from a charity so that she could give her brother and one other lady within her Nandi Sciences business? So it's kind of like a two-pronged thing. This information does not align with what she said about the work, about the fundraising that she made with her Nandi Sciences business. Also, if she made that much money, why does she need 300,000 to give these people? So it's kind of like, I get what this lady is trying to say, but I need more information. I don't know if this is true. I'm just sharing the speculation with you, and I think it's quite interesting. So to my point, I do agree with her, follow the money. But what I'm also thinking too is if we you know how when a cat has a ball of wool, if you pull it you unravel all the threads. I'm thinking that whatever she's doing, because like why is she trying so hard to stay in an unpaid position? I've never seen this before. You know I said it yesterday that it's one thing if she was getting a few 100,000. Yeah, I can get it. I mean that's a lot of money in this economy. I can understand why you try to keep your job, but this role is not getting paid. And you've lost the confidence of the board. So why not go quietly? Why make a stink? Are you making a stink because you're worried that if you are removed and people look into your financial dealings, all this bese, that's a term in Nigeria of trouble, will begin to unravel? Is that why you went to get Prince William's ex-CEO? As I'm, God knows, and let me once again, guys, let me play devil's advocate here. It's very possible that she didn't tell because Prince William is involved in this. Let's not even play that game. She also probably didn't even tell Prince William the reason why she was trying to get them to intervene in this charity. It's also possible that she brought them in as an intimidation tactic. Don't come digging. Fine, your brother is now here. I've now dragged the royal family back into this charity. I don't know. What do you guys think? So that's this guy. Oh, sorry. I'm going to talk about this one very soon. And let's talk about this guy. So I thought it'd be interesting to get a bit more information about Ian Rawlinson. So Ian Rawlinson is typical British white guy banker, probably made millions. One of those people that lives in, the very rich boroughs in London. A lot of these stockbrokers from the 90s, lucky people who were very extremely wealthy in the 90s and 2000s, probably bought businesses, sold those businesses on for millions and billions of dollars or pounds, and are living sweet retired life. So that's why he can afford to be working as unpaid board members or trustee members. There's a prestige to it, and kind of like networking prestige. So they're not necessarily chasing the money because they don't need it. Not in that they don't really need the money. They just want to be around a certain type of company, upper echelons. It's not beans, but what not beans is a Nigerian term, as in it's not a joke. It's not an easy thing to become the CEO of the Future Kings charity. Now I know nothing about the Tusk Foundation, whether it is still, it just occurred to me that I should probably have checked, but I don't care about anything William does, so I didn't even bother. But this is quite interesting. So you see Ian Rawlinson is principal of Rawlinson Partners, like I said, an investor advisor group. Ian was a trustee from 2002 and chairman from 2005 to 2013. He chaired Tusk's development board from 2014 to 2020. Let's quickly do a quick. I didn't see anything that was useful here, to be honest. Typical, like I said, typical rich white British man nonsense. He's the director, charity trustee, strategy advisor, specializing in working with boards, commercial and philanthropic organizations during periods of development or restructuring. Interesting. Ian began his career in investment banking with Lazard Brothers in London before joining Robert Fleming, where he built a leading South African investment banking team. Following the sale of Robert Fleming to JP Morgan, he was established as the Fleming Family Partners, where he served as a founding partner. That's what I'm telling you guys. I live in the UK and I work in corporate, you see you see people like this, people that are walking through London. They come from old money, so it gives them access to certain opportunities that the average person can't easily access. They intern with their daddy's friend who is a CEO of an investment bank, and from there they get access to not only money but a circle of individuals that gives them even more access. It's like wealth staying in its own very limited circles. Men like him, you can see charity trustee, strategic advisor. Now, the thing with the type of things Sophie does, Sophie appears to come from a similar type of class of people, because becoming a trustee to a royal family board is not a joke. Let's give her that. It's not something that anybody can do. You need a certain type of, you need to be able to access the circles that do this type of thing. People like me, I can't access those type of circles because what? I wouldn't even know where to start from. And even if I was the best networker in the world, I certainly don't have that type of income. I'm not that type of I'm not in the 1%, if you will, that have access to all these little charity boards, strategy advisor. These are just code for I've made an effort of money. I don't need to work, so I'm happy to give for a small fee. I'm happy to just, keep myself busy and give you advice. And by giving you advice, what they mean is networking. And just to bring this back again, if you remember, Prince Andrew, one of the more useless brothers in his family, they did make him, because they wanted to give him something to do. The Queen got the Labour Party in the 80s to make him in charge of the so-called, let me paraphrase, international business, liaison. So what that meant is using his title and his role as a member of the royal family, and because people like to be associated, it flatters people's egos to be associated with people like that. They would send him to Oman, they would send him to the Arabia, they would send him to China, they would send him to Eastern Europe, they would send him Russia, places around the world where he can interact with all these rich business people. And not just for him, obviously for the purposes of the British government to establish certain international deals. But a lot of them, let's be honest with ourselves, take kickbacks from it. There's a reason why, your king was collecting suitcases of cash with his Prince's Trust charity events, which should have been a bigger scandal than it was. But because the media protects the royal family, well, that's neither here nor there. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to say. This is the information. I know is a bit frustrating. It's drip, 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 drip. But you have to give the Sussex squad, because they are the only people that appear to be doing their job here, time to investigate this stuff. I'm very sure between now and tomorrow, some more tea will come out. But I will also do a live. I'm trying to get my live hasn't been reinstated yet, even though the appeal was won. I still don't know what happened. So I'll try and give you premieres like this where we, break it down. I would really love, I told you before that I wasn't planning on doing this, but because of how fast paced this is moving, unfortunately, guys, I've been sucked into it. So I want to keep you guys up to speed with the tea. So like I said, as much as possible, I don't want to speculate. I'm trying to give you the facts straight from the source. That's why I'm sharing them with you directly, so that once again, guys, you make up your mind. Let me know what you think. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. You might see something, I might not. But yeah, what do you think? So I guess if I had to summarize this whole thing, Sophie Chandauka last year was very happy, at least that's based on her own words, to have the Netflix brand collaborating with the Santabelle Polo event, because she appreciated the platform. So she has once again contradicted herself, where she said that the Netflix brand was trying to turn a charity into a commercial platform. What? But that's not, but like I said, she's contradicted herself. Then she now said, even though I showed you that statement where she was really kind of happy for Harry, and she was happy to have Meghan there, by the way, because I'm sure that's why she gave that statement, that of course it was nice to see, paraphrasing, of course it was nice to see Meghan there supporting her husband. Now she's saying that she was surprised that Meghan came to the event with Serena, what was supposed to be a networking event to help her get sponsors for a charity. Contradiction and a sign this woman is an idiot, because that doesn't make any sense. And then the other thing that she also contradicted herself was, why did she delete all those items from her wiki? Why did you delete it, Sophie? Why are you hiding? And she's left the Twitter one. We know she's left Twitter. She's ridiculous. And then we had a quick look at this Ian Rawlinson guy. I've not seen anything that is weird about him. He's just typical rich white man who made his money. Now all he does is go on boards and advises. The only controversy here is he used to be the CEO of Prince William's Tusk's Trust. So the question now is, how long has she been planning this? because if this happened in literally a few weeks, there's no way she would have just called him and said, oh, come, I need you. I believe that this has, like I said, I call this sabotage. I stand firmly on this. This is sabotage. It's sabotage. There's no other way to say it. Because I truly believe that when she got word, this based on what the trustees that resigned said, they were not happy with her for a few months, and I believe that she's been planning this with the royal family for months. But I will give them, until I get confirmation of this, I need to know what she told the royal family to make them link her up with this man, or what she told this man to make him want to link her up with the royal family. So it will be a very interesting couple of days now that the backlash has started. If the royal family sticks with her, that will confirm what we already know. This is full-blown sabotage. If the royal family begin to back away, and how we will know it is if major media outlets begin to report things like, well, Prince William and co, the CEO himself that joined, was not aware of any impropriety from her personally. When they begin to look as if they want to distance themselves from her, you will know that they're not necessarily throwing her under the bus, but they are realizing they're cutting their losses. What they thought would be an opportunity to seize Harry's charity and sabotage his reputation has probably turned into something more toxic, and is now shining a very bad light on William. Because I've noticed that the press is not really covering this. Have you noticed? They had their Monday morning cycle, but I'm not seeing any real deep dives. I don't see them continuing this. Why? And I think it's because of the Prince William link. People are beginning to put 2 and 2 together, and if they keep on putting this in the press cycle, it's now going to become more of a big news. So I guess, like I said, it's coming in, it's trickling day by day. Watch this space. These are all assumptions and allegations from my end as well. Let me put a disclaimer. As more information comes out, we will react to it accordingly. But guys, what do you think? Do you think I'm being too cautious? Yes, I am, because I move with facts. I don't move with speculation. Do you agree that she may have told the royal family, aka William, aka Ian Rawlinson, a different story, which caused them to intervene? Do you believe that, or do you believe that when things started to break down and she reached out to the royal family for help, they were very much aware of what was going on, but they didn't care because they wanted to sabotage Harry's charity? What do you think? Please let me know your thoughts in the chat. Love to hear from you. Have a lovely sunny day. We'll catch up later. Take care.